Cheers.
Cheers to more light-skinned kids.
Cheers to more light-skinned kids.
Really
Cheers to more light-skinned kids.
Really know.
So here we have a video of a table full of dark-skinned black men and white women toasting to more light-skinned kids. Woo! Chile. It's a lot to talk about. Now, first of all, biracial and light skin are not synonyms, okay? So let's nip that in the bud. These folks talk about cheers to more light-skinned kids. Baby, no, let's correct that. The toast should have been cheers to more mulatto children, cheers to more biracial children, cheers to more half-caste children, something that is actually accurate, okay? People with white parents ain't light-skinned, okay? Now, light-skinned people are black people who happen to have lighter skin. Like, I have a friend, she dark-skinned, her husband dark-skinned, one of their kids is dark-skinned, one is lighter skin, right? That little girl is light-skinned because she got two black parents. Somebody with a white parent is not light-skinned. So let me really hammer that in, because there has been a colonization of the term light-skinned. I see that happening in real time, all right? Now, that's the first thing. The second thing I want to point out is that this man who posted this video is named Jaleel Ade. He's a football player and his parents are Ghanaian, okay? So I want to point that out because a lot of times, a lot of different groups in the diaspora like to pretend that they're so high and mighty and they're so above certain things, right? And bitch, you're not, okay? And it's not even just Africans. This guy happens to be African, right? But black Americans do it too, because there's going to be black Americans in the comments like, oh yeah, see, colorism is only an African thing. That is not true at all, right? So this guy happens to be African, and I'm calling that out because sometimes Africans will say some stupid shit. Oh, black Americans worship their proximity to whiteness in a way that we don't. But look at your goofy ass at a table full of white folks talking about cheers to more light-skinned kids. Like, come on now, buddy. Now, this is my next thing, right? And y'all, my washing machine is running in the background, and it is so loud. Like, just bear with me, y'all. Show me some grace. But if the men in this video had been light-skinned, I wouldn't even be like, yo, what? Because, okay, a light-skinned person cheering to more light-skinned people. Now, of course, that's probably colorist. It's probably coming from, worshiping Eurocentric standards of beauty, right? But realistically, at least you can kind of spin it in your favor and say, no, I'm not being colorist. I'm really just uplifting my phenotype. I want to see more people who look like me. Okay, you can try to make that make sense, right? But as a dark-skinned person, right, you're cheering to having kids who look whiter than you. That's concerning. That's very concerning, right? Because realistically, what does this say about how you feel about yourself? Let's be for real. This is a table full of dark-skinned black men cheering to creating lighter-skinned children. What does that say about how you feel about your skin color? You know what I like about this, though? I like that these men were honest. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Usually when black men date interracially, they claim that they do it because of some flaws in black women. Oh, black women are loud. They're not submissive. They're this and they're that. All of these negative things about black women. And that is why I am chasing after non-black women, right? That's how they paint it. And time again, I pointed out how this can't be true. Because like black men, they'll sit there and say, oh, black women are out of shape. I want somebody fit and submissive and whatever. And then get with the first big, nasty, fat, bad-bodied ass white bitch they can find, right? So clearly the issue was not black women being out of shape. It was the blackness, right? You just tried to make it about something else. So I'm thankful that these men were honest, right? Instead of pretending that they were chasing after white women because of some flaws in black women, they were honest. They honestly said, I'm chasing after white women because I want my kids to be whiter than me. That's what this shit really be about. Y'all just be projecting shit on the black women because you're scared to face your own inner thoughts and inner workings. I do want to touch back on the fact that the guy who posted this is African, right? Now, I don't know if the other guys at the table were African. I have no idea. But when I see Africans who are this brainwashed by white supremacy, I'm always like, what the fuck? Because as a black American, y'all tell me if it was just me, right? As a black American growing up in America, a white majority country, right? In my mind, it's like, okay, of course, you know, some black Americans are going to be indoctrinated by this white supremacist system. We're the minority. We're surrounded by this shit. Like, come on, right? But in Africa, where y'all, the vast majority in y'all countries, why the fuck are y'all colorists? Like, what are you doing bleaching your skin in Africa where every fucking body is black? Like, what, bro? I'm sorry. And I'm talking about real Africans. Hold up, because the North Africans would be like, what? We're not black. Well, bitch, you're not African. You're a colonizer. Like, well, I guess we cracked the motherfucking code. But whatever. That's another story for another day. But, like, you live in a country where everybody black and somehow y'all still got a Eurocentric standard of beauty. How does that even make sense? Like, that don't even make sense to me in my head. This is the reality, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. In my opinion, from what I see, right? And I'm going to speak on black people, period. Black Americans, Africans, everybody. The average black person does not like the image of blackness. The average black person hates how blackness looks. That's why you got folks in America, right? Black Americans talking about biracials are black. Yeah, the phenotypic diversity of the black Americans. And then showing the motherfucker with a white parent. Like, bitch, how the fuck is that, like, contributing to the phenotypic diversity of black Americans? And that's a white person's child. Like, what are we saying, right? That's why you got people in Africa. I just got into it with some South Africans because they were talking about, black Americans don't like Tyler because, what did they say? She's an uppity African. She's African, but she's bougie. And they think we should be humble and hanging our heads and so and so and so. And I said, let me tell you something. Tyler is not a black African. Therefore, she doesn't go through what you go through as a black African, okay? So maybe there are some black Americans who look down on Africans and will be like, you ain't shit, you know, nigga, whatever, right? But realistically, a black American is not looking at Tyler and identifying her as a black African and having those perceptions or those views of her because she's not a fucking black African, right? Black Americans are looking at her as a non-black person and worshiping her image the same way that you all do. That's why you sitting here pretending that she actually fucking represents you at all in any capacity or goes through what you go through as a black African, because that's what the fuck you wish black Africans looked like. Like, be fucking for real, right? Y'all all over the world can't stand how you look, can't stand nothing about yourselves. It's really sad, for real.